In today's society, there's such a war on family, and typically the target is to get the marriages, because if you get the couple in the marriage, the kids are just collateral damage. And I think we have to remember that, right?
Yeah, absolutely, so true.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Stephen and Corey and Get It Together Together. We are having a blast, all right? Talking with Todd and Carla Falcone. And I'm Stephen, and this is...
And I'm Corey.
All right.
And we have the opportunity to do a part two. If you haven't seen part one,
oh my gosh,
go back and see
you got to see it.
Todd and Carla Falcone have been married for 28 years, been together for 32 years.
Yes.
And again, watch the first one, but we want to pick up on a little bit about them so you know just a tad bit before we dive into this luscious interview.
Yeah.
So again, they've been married for 28 years, together 32. They have two sons that are 27 months apart. God bless. And they were juggling demanding careers and raising a family. They also found themselves surviving rather than thriving. This realization led them to a profound shift. Through deep introspection, honesty, and commitment, they rediscovered the essence of their relationship and developed the tools that fortified their bond.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Develop the tools. One of those tools is You and I, Couples Retreats. So introducing Todd. Todd is an author, coach, and podcast host. Carla is a marketing diva, and also she is a Saham, a stay-at-home mom. Bravo.
Bravo, yeah,
so,
absolutely.
With no further ado, Carla and Todd Falcone. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Part two.
So let's talk about your thriving instead of surviving.
Yeah, so through the midst of all the things of raising the kids, building your marriage, building your businesses,
yeah.
Where did you find time to fit intimacy in for each other and also to be intimate with the family?
Yeah,
right?
and also for this developing, I want to know about the tools that fortified your bond.
Yes.
That's, to me, that's the intimacy, developing the tools. How did you develop those tools?
I mean, I'm happy to go, but I was like ladies first.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we realized that life was happening, right? We were busy. We have kids. We have businesses. Todd's traveling all the time. And we needed to connect. You know, if you're not connecting on a daily basis, it's hard to entertain the idea of intimacy, at least as a woman. So we discovered how important date nights are. Date nights have become a non-negotiable. We have a weekly date night, and when the boys were little, luckily we were financially able to have overnight date nights. So we would have probably about a quarterly overnight date night, which felt like it's just leaving in the afternoon, going to someplace else like a hotel, having dinner out, being able to sleep in the next morning and going back home. And those few hours felt like days. It was a wonderful retreat and reprieve and a way to re-energize our relationship.
Smart.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead, Todd.
No, I think it's just so important. One thing, and it's interesting, I did this as an example on stage one time, and I was talking about team building, but the reality, as I was thinking this out loud while I was speaking to this audience, it was immediately went into marriages, because like when two people meet, it's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? Oh, you're cute too. Oh, bang, you know? Now we're like, oh, you're fun to be around. You're fun to kiss, whatever. You're hanging out. You really enjoy each other's company. And then let's say you take it to the next level. You get married. Now you're enjoying the marriage. Then bang, baby number one. Now all the attention goes to the baby, which it should, right? I mean, you got to take care of your first 2 years, try to keep the kid alive, don't choke, don't electrocute yourself. You got to pad the whole house, 12 diapers a day, all this stuff, right? And then what happens, this happens to most, I'll just say a majority of marriages, for sure more than 50%. All the attention goes to the children. And this unit right here, the two people go like this, because it's all, and then you have the second baby. And now you got 1 and 2. And it's like, wait a second, all the focus is there and not on the unit. And so we had to learn that through our own experience in our marriage. We got to pay attention to the unit that created the kids. So this weekly date night, and sometimes we do movies, but you're not communicating in a movie. So it's typically, let's go out to dinner, hang out, whatever, go to some live music or something. And then the overnight date night, that to me is a game changer. We do it about probably once every 2 months now. And it's super simple. We go out, it doesn't matter how old the kids are. We did this when they were 3, 5, 8, 10, really almost almost like our whole marriage. Now you got 2 teenagers in the house, like bang, let's go. And we still do it as teenagers, but now we don't have to get the babysitter or the nanny, and we just take off, go to we get to experience cool hotels, new things in town or slightly out of town. We don't go far. Typically it's in the same city. And we go out to dinner, we hang out with each other, and we get a night alone with nobody else around. And we get up, we have breakfast, maybe we have breakfast or we go home. And that's like a little secret ticket for one of the things in our marriage that it just dials us in for sure.
Hey, Todd, can you speak to what's happening when you guys are doing that? What's going on behind the scenes for you guys? Why does that work?
Yeah.
Total focus on one another. I mean, it's not, I'm away from the business because the business, like, she tries to have a conversation with me. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sitting here like on my laptop or doing my thing, and I can't focus on, she tells me, so I told you that already. I'm like, I didn't hear you. I still do that. So we ain't perfect. And I'm like, I didn't hear a damn thing you said. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't hear one word you said. Can you repeat it back to me? And I think she's also learned, hey, Todd, let me have all of your attention. Step away from the computer for a second. So it's no kids and no business. And it's just her and I together. No other distractions. Because when you're at home, like I work at home. So the business can easily suck me in. And then the kids, they can totally distract either one of us. So I think that's crucial. And I don't think we didn't do this pre-kids because we didn't have to. The focus on that is the fact that when you have children, you need to get away from the children and be able to have intimate time together, like where nobody else is around. And it's virtually any parent here is like, oh man, especially if we're talking about like literal intimacy, pretty hard, more hard for women than it is for men. Let's be honest. Like dudes are like, I don't care. Let's go, honey. But women, like they're like probably stereotyping, but stereotypes exist for a reason. She's like, the kids are in the house. I'm like, I don't care. She's like, I do. So, so
You didn't woo me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Todd, one thing you said, which is really important also, is that the kids need to see it too. The kids need to see mommy and daddy get away. Mommy and daddy go away and they come back different. They know you come back different, and they might not know what it is, but as they get older, but they understand mom and dad got away. Boy, they seem happier or nicer, more calm. Gosh. And it's a reflection, not that you're doing it for the kids, but the side benefit is they get to see that too. Yeah.
Oh, they love it. Now we got to say no parties tonight.
Yeah. And Carla, what was your experience on these nights out? How did it shift for you?
Yeah, well, it's just for me, I would take a little extra time I still do. I'll take a little extra time and not every time, but a lot of times, do my hair and put on maybe a little extra makeup and put on something really cute. Sometimes we have casual date nights or casual date days, but the overnights, maybe dress up a little bit more. And it's what makes, it gives me a little spunk and a little spark. So, and that just transitions over to Todd and what I'm bringing to him and bringing to the table. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how did you start U&I? Is that why you started the U&I retreats? Because you saw couples needing that? And by the way, we need your websites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll give it to you for sure. Okay. So because I've been in the network marketing space for so long and traveling, I've traveled for 18 years. And I see, and you guys are obviously familiar with the direct selling model. Most of the time, it's one person. It's the husband or the wife or whatever. And they're out traveling and they're getting attention. They're personally developing. They're like learning and reading and they're growing as a human. And a lot of times the dude's at home on the couch or the woman's at home like doing whatever she's doing and they're not on that same journey. And if you're not on that same journey, you don't have to, like Carla's never done the business with me. She's never built the businesses with me, but she's always been like my greatest supporter, right? She's always, she's never been like, you can't do that, And what I've just seen a lot of marriages disrupt when there's not enough attention to growing together. And so I started thinking about it, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago, and it's still evolving what we're doing with U&I couples. So the idea is to give people an experience, an opportunity to be together and total focus on each other. You don't have to think about anything. We got you. This is not a marriage therapy retreat. Like if your marriage is hanging on by a thread, and I don't feel like you have to be a marriage counselor to counsel people on marriage. I don't have to have 3 letters after my name. But we've got enough experience. Both of us have done it. We've both done lots of counseling for different people over the years. But that's not what U&I couples is. It's an opportunity for you to just focus on you two in amazing locations and not have to think about everything. We cater to every need that you guys have, and it's all about the couples. And so, but it was rooted just out of a thought of seeing too many marriages get blown up.
And this is a new venture for you, another venture, another business.
Yeah, very
venture.
New. Yeah,
and,
in development.
Do you have plans for the spring, summer, and fall as far as locations go, or how do you plan your locations? I'm sure there are a lot of couples
that,
that going,
Yeah.
that sounds interesting. How do they?
Yeah, so we've got a few people working with us kind of more behind the scenes, and they're really fantastic. We have been truly blessed with some amazing individuals that want to be a part of this. And they are identifying locations and activities. And right now we have scheduled our first retreat in February of 2026 in Costa Rica.
Great. So that means everyone on this, we should be going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll include, do you have a link for that for people to get in touch with you so that they can sign up and be part
Yep,
of it?
it's simple. It's unicouples.com.
Great.
And it's got multiple meanings. Uni is one. And actually, when you go to the website, you'll see that the letters UNI actually has multiple meanings, but all about unity, togetherness. And then when we talk about the website, we don't say uni couples, it's UNI. So it's the letter NI, couples.com.
Excellent.
great.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, that is. All right. So now we've got the uni couples. We've got Todd traveling. We've got Carla working. That's great that you have the date night, and that's great that you have the time away. When do you have time with the family? When the boys, is that an everyday thing, or do you actually say, this is going to be our time? Guys,
Family dinner.
yeah, don't do anything. This is our time.
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a combination of both assigning like time together and just allowing it to happen organically. The boys are 18 and 20 now, so they have their own vibrant lives, and they're in and out of the house and along with their friends and girlfriends. And so, but most evenings we're having dinner together. And I feel like now more than ever, we realize that time is fleeting. The boys are leaving in September and moving to a different town a couple hours away. And it's become very obvious that this time together is not only fleeting, but it's going to be different from this point moving forward. So having family dinners are really easy right now. The boys are more than happy to do it. And
So you're saying
it's-
they're feeling it too. They know that this is.
you know, I think so. We actually haven't discussed it, but I feel like they are feeling it because Gianni, our older son, had the opportunity to move out for a few months and live in my parents' house actually while they were out of town, and he could live there for free. And he chose not to. He chose to stay home. And I think that's reflective of these changing times.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you guys a hugging family?
happy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, big time.
I
Hugs,
love
kisses.
yous.
you
Yeah,
know.
lots of I love yous. Yep.
Every day. And I got to say something about that because my mom always said, I love you. I wanted to hear it back, you know. I didn't hear it, you know. And it's interesting, like I talked to, you know, both kids they're walking out of the door to school and love you. And like I hear it, like they verbalize it without me having to do it first. You need to tell me I love you back, you know. I mean, it's just trained into them. And I think that's beautiful to express that. And I got to contribute that to my mom. I mean, my mother definitely, you are a culmination of all of your life experiences. And that was something that my mom definitely, she showed the affection, which is, I'm so glad because my dad just never has. It's unfortunate, but I don't blame him for it.
What are your son's personalities like? Or either one of them either one of you? Can you say, oh, that's Todd or that's Carla?
That's a great question. I think they're a combination of both of us in their own ways. How would you describe them, Todd?
So Gianni is, I think we're similar in a lot of ways. Both have a sense of humor. He's got a very dry, high degree of sensitivity. You know, I might be super rough on the outside, but super soft and cuddly on the inside. And he's, I don't know, he doesn't have the rough exterior as much. Maybe he tries to show it, but he's definitely got a lot of feelings. And then Joey is just the happiest kid all the time. Like, it's unreal. Like, the kid he's out there having fun with his buddies. He's got a big group of friends. He's got a great girlfriend. Gianni's got a great girlfriend as well. And they're just both amazing kids. I mean, I'm not in any rush to kick them out, by the way.
That's good.
So,
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough when they're
Yeah.
gone. It will be tough,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
We're telling you, it
try
will
not
be
to think
tough.
about that.
Yeah. So communication, we talked about that. We touched on the intimacy. The next one is finance. How do you guys handle finance in the Falcone home? Who does it? Do you both do it? How have you guys managed that?
Well, first of all, we kind of made a decision. I mean, I think our way the house is run, it's pretty traditional. Like, I don't want to say 1950s, but, you know, I'm the man of the house. I'm the breadwinner. You know, I mean, she could have easily stepped back into a career or continue with her career. And I handle all the money. We commingled our funds early on. So those of you guys that are watching, like, I think it's kind of weird. Like, when you get married, you're like, I have my checking account, you have your checking account. There's no partnership there, you know, or you owe me $20. I mean, I know married people are like, okay, you owe me $24.76. And it's like, wait, you two are married. Like, what are you guys doing? And it took us a couple years before we commingled our funds, but, you know, we did. And, you know, the money went into the joint account. You know, we have our joint checking account. But I've always been, you know, for the last, I don't know, at least 18 years, years the moneymaker. And then in terms of like investments and finance stuff, I handle all of that. I pay all the bills. It's just she keeps the house moving. She handles all the house stuff, all the kids stuff. It's kind of embarrassing. I know where my kid's middle school was, but somebody asked me one day, like, what school do your kids go to? I'm like, I don't know. I can drive you there right now. I couldn't even remember the name of the school.
I feel you, brother.
I know exactly where it is.
I said, I don't know. I can
I
drive
don't know
you
the
there.
name. And teachers
It's so embarrassing.
don't know a teacher. I couldn't tell you. No teachers. So very traditional, but it works for us. Right. We love it.
Yeah.
You guys laughing?
And it's only funny because we can kind of relate. It's like, oh, good. Okay, we're all 1950s. Okay.
Yeah. It's just so crazy because, I would land at home and we'd go somewhere and I'd have to ask Corey for direction.
Okay, you guys. Okay, ready? No, ready for this? Stephen didn't know the light switches in the house.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
He doesn't know how to run the dishwasher, the wash machine, because he was never home.
Yeah.
He was never home. He traveled 50 weeks out of 52 weeks.
My God.
Yep.
That's before you guys knew us, but
Yeah, but that's super simple,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And
so we get it.
that works
Yes.
for us. Like there's no animosity.
So in fact, it's freeing. It's freeing for the wife because she knows this is my domain.
Yes.
He's not going to bother anything.
Oh, speaking of the domain, when that thing happened where we couldn't leave the house for 2 years, I won't mention what it's called. We all know what we're talking about. Like I had gone from like 40 events a year where I'm gone all the time for 18 years speaking, like all the time. And Carla runs the house. Like she's got it. I don't know how to run the house. But, I think it was like, we 3-4 months into lockdown. She goes, are you going anywhere? And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, I'm not adjusted to this yet. Can you go someplace? And I was like, where am I going to go? Like go to the river property. I think I ended up taking off to the river property or something. Now I've been home long enough where it's all settled in. But for a while, like it was difficult
my God.
for her.
Okay, wait, guys. You see how funny he is? See how funny he is?
Yeah. It's true.
Dry. And he's not even laughing. He's serious.
But she's right. You're in her space, man. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, the beautiful thing. Go ahead.
Oh,
Carla.
well,
Go ahead.
but on that note, also, I had to learn before that time of restricted stay-at-home time, he would be traveling and flying in and out and come home and he would say, hey, what about this or this? And I had to learn how to navigate that because like, this is my space. I got this going on. I'm juggling. I know exactly where everything is. And then he comes in, interjects. And there was I had to learn how to not push back and how to allow him to incorporate himself into the three of us who have been surviving just fine without him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that is also intimacy.
Yes.
Because you're in space. You're in your space, and you have to welcome him back into that space willingly because he's only there temporarily anyway. So it's like, well, welcome because I know you're going. But, you still have to have that space be an intimate time for him to be with the boys and have that time so he can go back out. Because really, we used to call it our home was Stephen's refuge, his rest, and his revitalizing. When he came home, that's what he did. He rested, refreshed also. And when he would go back out, he was a better person for it. And I was a better person for it because he left. And I am a better person for it because he left because now I can get back to my space.
Yeah.
And the Saham, stay-at-home mom, that's my career, so.
That's funny because I wanted to interject on that because just to hear from maybe you and Carla about the stay-at-home mom, that role in society and how powerful it is. And it sounds like both of you have done this with no apologies. It's though this is what my life, I was built for this. Can you guys speak to that piece as stay-at-home moms?
You go ahead first, Carla.
Yeah, I've always been very proud and very thankful to be a stay-at-home mom. If you had asked my 20-year-old Carla if I would be a stay-at-home mom, I would have been like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not even having kids. Like it wasn't anything that I aspired to or thought about. It just happened because it was a discovery that I had once we had kids that I wanted that kind of lifestyle for our family. And luckily we were able to provide it.
That's beautiful, yeah. And same for me. I mean, I got married and we didn't have a child till we were married for 5 years, and I didn't think there was no plan in having kids. None at all. I was going to be a career woman, And so, Carla, a little side note, when I found I was pregnant, I choked the nurse because I didn't think I was pregnant. My girlfriend told me I was. You're probably pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. So, but in the short phase of that, I was like, well, you know what? I'm really great at anything I do. I'm going to be great at this. As soon as I found I was pregnant, when we talked about if we were going to have kids or not, it was, if we do, kind of like you guys, like Todd. But if we do, I want to stay at home with them. So as soon as I found I was pregnant, 3 months in, I was like, I'm quitting. So He's like, already? I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant. But yeah, so I knew that that would be my career.
Yeah.
There was no doubt. The only thing I might have done little things on the side, had small activities of doing some business here. And that was my desire to raise a family and have the freedom. And like you said, Carla, I've always thanked him. I'm so thankful that he desired that too, because you men out there, some of you might say, yeah, well, you can still go out and make a buck. Well, I'm making a family, and if financially, if you can, the family is what really sticks, what really matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are just really enjoying this with Todd and Carla. And stick around, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about that. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, I think regarding our roles, like as a man, I want to take care of my wife. I want to take care of my children. I want to be not the one that points fingers at you and tells you what to do or this is my house. I mean, I'm a protector. And then Carla has the most important job ever, which is raising our two kids to be amazing young men that they've turned into. So, it's interesting, like in our society today, like, this whole idea of like the kind of family unit that we have is like there are groups of people that are like, they push against it. I mean, this is a good Christian family household and we love our kids. Our job is to raise good, responsible boys that ultimately become great men in whatever they choose to do. And I think that the roles that we've played, are going to serve them well into the future. And Carla, she basically raised the kids with me traveling. It's not like I wasn't involved, but honey, you did such a great job raising the two boys and I love you to death. And you're an amazing mom and an amazing wife.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Love you.
Beautiful.
That
It is really, really awesome. Wow.
That's a great way to end this.
Yeah, what a
I
wonderful
love that.
segue.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
Every husband that has that, make sure you tell your wife that. Every husband that has that feeling, express that feeling. Because did you feel that energy? I felt it.
that was wonderful.
I just want to give Carla a big hug.
Yeah. So they can find you and I, right?
Couples, youandicouples.com.
Right.
And anything else, Todd? Any other businesses that
departing
you
wisdom?
want to share?
I just think it's great what you two are doing. I think we feel honored to be part of this and being able to share things with other couples that they can benefit from. And the fact that you have taken the time, the initiative to put this all together, to hear from different people. And, I think most people go into marriages like, hey, we want to make this work. And I think there will be a lot of people that come here and listen to the different couples that you've had on your show and go, wow, maybe we should work a little bit harder on this and work on this together because I think it's worth it because it is. It's worth
so
it.
worth it.
So thank you both for having us
our
on.
pleasure. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Yes.
And in today's society, there's such a war on family. And typically the target is to get the marriages because if you get the couple in the marriage, the kids are just collateral damage. And I think we have to remember that, right?
Yeah, absolutely so true. So
Carla,
ladies-
any departing words
Oh, just
of wisdom?
Just thank you so much for allowing us to share our journey. And it's an ongoing journey. It's never ends. There's not a destination. It's just a journey and there's peaks and valleys and everything in between. And it's a blessing. Thank you so much for letting us share.
Oh, our pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you guys being candid and transparent. And that's what it's all about. The world needs to hear this. You guys are phenomenally successful as a
Yes.
couple.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So, you audience out there, if you want to hear our shows under Get It Together, and if you want to watch our shows, you can watch us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Rumble at Stephen and Corey. We want to thank you guys for being with us. And until next time, remember to get it together. Take care. Bye-bye.